Reading from Sri Namamrit, the Nectar of the Holy Name, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. By chanting the holy name, even a low-born person's body is changed into that of a Brahmana. Shukadeva Goswami to King Parikshit. My dear king, a devotee who has taken shelter of the dust from the lotus feet of the Lord can transcend the influence of the six material whips, namely hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. And he can conquer the mind and five senses. However, that is not very wonderful for a pure devotee of the Lord, because even a person beyond the jurisdiction of four castes, in other words, an untouchable, is immediately relieved of bondage to material existence if he utters the holy name of the Lord even once. Not to speak of a sanctified devotee, even a Chandala, an outcast who is untouchable, is immediately freed from material bondage if he utters the holy name of the Lord even once. Sometimes caste Brahmanas argue that unless one changes his body, he cannot be accepted as a Brahmana. For since the present body is obtained as a result of past actions, one who has in the past acted as a Brahmana takes birth in the Brahmana family. Therefore, they contend, without such a Brahmanical body, one cannot be accepted as a Brahmana. Herein it is stated, however, that even Vidura Vigata, a Chandala, a fifth class untouchable, is freed if he utters the holy name of Lord even once. Being freed means that he immediately changes his body. Sanatan Goswami confirms, Yatha Kanchanatam Kam Yatha Kanchanatam Kamsayam Rasava Vidhanatah Tatha Diksha Vidhanena Dvijatam Jayate Nrinam. When a person, even though a Chandala, is initiated by a pure devotee into chanting the holy name of the Lord, his body changes as he follows the instruction of the spiritual master. Although one cannot see how this body has changed, we must accept, on the grounds of authoritative statements of the Shastras, that he changes his body. This is to be understood without arguments. This verse clearly says, Sa Jahati Bandham, he gives up his material bondage. The body is symbolic representation of material bondage according to one's karma. Although sometimes we cannot see the gross body changing, chanting the holy name of the Lord immediately changes the subtle body, and because of the subtle body changes, the living entity is immediately freed from material bondage. After all, changes of the gross body are conducted by the subtle body. After the destruction of the gross body, the subtle body takes the living entity from his present gross body to another. In the subtle body, the mind is predominant, and therefore, if one's mind is always absorbed in remembering the activities or the lotus feet of the Lord, he is to be understood to have already changed his present body and become purified. Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 1st chapter, 35th verse.
नैवं विद पुरुषकार उरुक्रमस्य पुंसां तदङ्घ्रिरजसा जितषड्गुणानां चित्रं विदूर विगतः सकृदाददीत यल्नामधेय अधुना सजहाति बन्धम्. This is a very, very famous verse in the section of King Priyavrata in Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, in this world, there are two ways by which one can do some great things. One is by Purushakara, another one is by Daiva. Purushakara means by one's own endeavor. Daiva means by divine providence or by the divine empowerment. If you compare these two, what a man can achieve by his own talent is very small. But what one can do by blessings of God, that is million times greater. The practical example is Arjuna winning the battle of Kurukshetra, defeating great personalities like Bhishma, Drona and such people. Or another example is of Hanuman, going to the land of materialists and finding out Sita and pleasing Lord Ram. So many great personalities in this world have done humanly impossible tasks, which from a materially calculative point of view, it is impossible. But by Lord's blessings, it has been made possible. In the same manner, he is saying, Naivam Vida Purushakara Urukramasya, Lord Vamanadeva, he expanded his body from earth to sky and measured the upper and lower planetary systems in only 2 steps. Not only Lord does such pastimes himself, but he can empower his devotees also to do such miracles. And by his empowerment, devotees can stun the whole world. Naivam vida purushakara urukkramasya pumsam tadangiri rajasa jitishad gunanam. Such devotees, even though they may be born in the category of antyajas. Antyaja means outside the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Below that, Prabhupada would say 5th class, 6th class, 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, like that. Lower and lower, they are counted as, dog eaters, goat eaters, cow flesh eaters, snake eaters, and such kind of people. But even such a degraded person counted in the Antyaja category, if he chants the holy name, Sakrat Adadita is in Sakrat means only once he chants. Chitram Vidura Vigataha Sakradadadita Yan Namadheya Madhuna Sajahati Bandham. 2 qualities come in such a person. One is he becomes Jita Shadguna now. He conquers all the 6 urges, which are mentioned in the Upadeshamrita first verse, isn't it? Or the Kama Krodha Madhura Moha Matsarya. He conquers them, that's one quality. Second quality is Sajahati Bandham. He cuts all the bondage in the material world. So these 2 qualifications come to such a person, even though he is in the lowest category of human being. And what is the proof for this? He is saying, Yatha kantanatam jati kamsyam rasa vidanataha tata diksha vidanena dvijatvam jayate nranam. Like that, Sanatana Goswami says, if you put a bell metal into a particular type of liquid called as, they have this alchemy, one particular solution prepared with multiple chemicals. If you put it and take it out, it will turn into gold. In fact, there are 18 sutras given in the Vedic literature. If you adopt those procedures and produce this particular liquid, then you can make gold from iron. It's possible. Of course, now people are still researching how to get all those 18 things in place. Then they can make many gold biscuits from iron biscuits. So just as the iron is turned into gold, similarly a Chandala and a Mlecha, Chandala is a dog eater, Mlecha is a cow flesh eater. If you dip them in the liquid of the holy name and take them out, you will get a pure Brahmana. And they will behave and speak and act in a way the whole world will be stunned. He says like this. So that is possible not million years ago, even today it is possible, because that's the power of the holy name, he says. Now one important point he makes here, our gross body is a precipitate of our subtle body. Like all of us are right now possessing a particular type of body, our current thought process, our activities is an indication of our past actions. Because just like in a chemical lab also, sometimes liquid is transparent. But if you put it in a centrifuge and rotate it, you will get a white precipitate at the bottom. Similarly, this gross body has precipitated out of the subtle body. So if somebody has a nasty body now, he's eating flesh and drinking wine and all, that means his mental thought process has been very bad. So that means if somebody is eating dog or cow, his thought process must have been very, very dirty, bad in the previous life, due to which he got this body to indulge in this activity. Because the gross body is an instrument given to, in order to facilitate, to give shape to the desires stored in the subtle body. So therefore he was given this body. But now that he has come to Krishna consciousness, and Krishna consciousness changes our subtle body. It purifies our subtle body. Actually in this world, nobody needs to bother about gross body. Gross body will grow from childhood to boyhood to youth to old age and die one day. But we should all make an effort to change the subtle body. So who is a Chandala? Chandala is dog eating and Mlecha is cow flesh eating. But when they come to a pure devotee, like Mrigari or Valmiki and Jagai Madhai and such people and all, and if they chant the holy name, it directly does the Cheto Darpanamarjanam. It cleanses the subtle body. Once subtle body is cleansed, and what will be the precipitate of the subtle body in the next life? The subtle body will precipitate out a devotee body, which will be wearing tilak in 12 parts of the body and wearing kantimala, chanting, because subtle body is filled with devotional vibrations now. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying here, because his subtle body is filled with devotional vibrations now, you cannot count his gross body anymore. This gross body is as different from him as this seat is different from me, or this floor is different from me, or this pillar is different from me. Gross body has no consequence. What has consequence? Subtle body. Because the subtle body is already purified and sanctified. So nobody should point fingers to him saying he's a Chandala, he's a Mlecha. If somebody says that he's a Chandala, one who is pinpointing fingers, he's a fool because he doesn't know that the person's subtle body is already transformed completely. And not only that, the person, even though he is seated in the body of a Chandala or a Mlecha, he has stopped misusing his senses. He is using his senses only for devotional activity. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. And the whole world has seen it. Prabhupada made the Westerners give up their illicit behavior, give up their meat eating and all that, drinking wine, everything. And they are all engaging their body and doing puja for the Lord, worshipping Tulasi, wearing dhoti kurta, sari and everything, studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, preaching all over the world. So his subtle body is purified, sanctified, and his current gross body is also engaged in devotional activities. Therefore, no intelligent person should blame such a person because he has attained two qualities, Jita Shat Gunanam and Sajahati Bandham. And one should see this qualification and know the power of the chanting of the holy name. That is the point. Anna Prabhu ki